pressure-cooking force at small forward, Danny Granger and the Indiana Pacers go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder and their stifling defender, Russell Westbrook. It's the NBA up next.
He's one of the NBA's true inside-outside threats, the Thunder's Kevin Durant. 2 teams, 2 conferences. It's a road game for the Pacers in this one. Oh, it's a rumble that sounds like thunder. These Oklahoma City fans already making some noise. 2K Sports presents our NBA broadcast. So glad you could be with us. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Paul George and Danny Granger on the perimeter. And there's Collison, then it's Roy Hibbert and McRoberts. And for the Thunder, Durant and Green in the forward positions. Westbrook and Cephalosha in the backcourt. And Kristich. And Clark, you think about how the Thunder have grown as a franchise, building a young team the right way, acquiring young talent, not overlooking character. I mean, they're not making any shortcuts at all here.
No, not at all. I mean, it is Oklahoma City, not exactly the most inviting destination for free agents, and their practice facility is a converted roller rink, so it makes the sales pitch tough. But when you look at that young talent and how cohesive they are and that outstanding coach, it works.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Scott Brooks. I asked him what word would best describe their defense, and he replied, intimidation. He thinks their length and capacity to block shots makes teams think twice about bringing the ball inside against them. That should certainly work to their advantage today, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
And Indiana has possession. McRoberts with the screen. Granger for the 3. Shot's good. Granger's got his first 3 points of the game. Making the transition, Clark, this Thunder team and franchise from Seattle to Oklahoma City. I mean, everything has gone so smoothly so far.
It certainly has. I mean, this team, while maybe Oklahoma City isn't a glamorous place, winning is a nice elixir.
And Indiana has possession, following the shot by Kevin Durant. Pass to Collison. Deflects the pass.
He read that pass like a book, all over it.
The turnover by Oklahoma City.
Sometimes you just don't connect. They can't dwell on it. They've got to move on and just D up and get it back.
Here is Collison. About 3.5 minutes left in the first. Granger against Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Takes it up. And you see Kevin Durant, such a force offensively. He's also made some nice strides on the defensive end.
You're right, Kevin. I mean, he was surprisingly honest, admitting that in the past, when he got burned on D, it was because either he didn't know the schemes or was simply being lazy. To his credit, he's changed that attitude and mindset and has really improved at that end of the floor.
So it's Indiana now, following Durant's 3-point attempt. 4 on the clock, kept alive. Here's Granger, and another shot, scooped up. Collison in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. Granger from outside. Another miss by Granger. And going back to Durant defensively, Clark, he's certainly got the physical tools to be a factor at that end of the floor.
Yeah, you talk about physical tools, long arms, agility, pretty good athleticism, and most importantly, an excellent work ethic.
A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line.
Not a bad foul there, Kevin. You don't want him to get the easy layup.
George taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. The Pacers finished last season with a 9-21 record against the tough Western Conference.
Well, we call it the Wild, Wild West, Kevin, and for good reason. You don't win games out there if you're not playing at a high level. The West has had an edge over the Pacers for a long time now.
Now here's Westbrook. Outside Durant, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Pacers leading by 4. On the wing, Granger. The 3-ball. Scooped up. Here's George. And he drops it in on the layup. He has 6.
That's great hustle there, Kevin. Persistence paid.
Now the Thunder with it. They trail by 6. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, you want to hear about what makes Kevin Durant special. His former teammate at Texas, point guard DJ Augustin, also in the NBA, said he's 6'9", can do everything a guard can do. He has a winning attitude, and he works harder than anyone I've ever met. And guys, you hear that everywhere. Durant, always the first guy on the bus on game days. He's at practice an hour early and leaves 2 hours late. When your best player is this dedicated, it has a contagious effect on the rest of the team. Gentlemen?
Combine supreme talent with a tireless work ethic, and you've got Kevin Durant. Good story. Thanks, Doris. Timeout called the Pacers.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm living life right now.
James Harden. He's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And here's Indiana. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. From about 16, Danny Granger, the bucket on the assist by Collison. Granger's got 5 points so far. Collison against Harden. He's covered by Collison. Back to Harden. 5 on the clock. Into Green. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Durant for 3. Again, Durant missing.
This quarter's been a disaster for him, Kevin. He just can't buy a bucket.
Here's Granger, and that's good. Laying it in. He's got 7.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
Harden kicks to Durant. Connects from in close.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
And Indiana has possession. Back to Granger. Here's George. Cephalosha hauls it in off the glass. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's the Pacers up by 8.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin. As a coach, you can't ask for anything more.
And we'll be back in just a moment. And now the second quarter just about to begin. So it's Indiana now. Clark, the Thunder were a tough team to play at home. 27 wins for them here in Oklahoma City last year.
I think you've got to give an awful lot of credit to Scott Brooks as the head coach. Really did a nice job bringing that young team together. And how about the fans? One of the best atmospheres in the NBA.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Paul George and Danny Granger on the perimeter. Then it's Roy Hibbert, and there's Collison and McRoberts. Here is Harden after Danny Granger's bucket. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Getting back to the Thunder last year, Coach Scott Brooks really made the most of this roster. Wouldn't you agree?
Without question, Kevin. He was an excellent communicator. He seemed to maintain a certain level of calm and stability, and I think that permeated with his players. He got too casual with the ball there, and it led to a steal.
Cephalosha with the steal. And here are the Thunder now. It's a 10-point game. Harden can't hit.
Kevin, they've got the edge here in rebounding. They're doing a good job of blocking out and then pursuing the basketball. That's good fundamental action.
Got the bucket and the foul. And he makes the free throw. Here is Harden, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, last season, the Oklahoma City Thunder more than doubled their win total from the season prior and made the playoffs. They certainly feel good about their progress, but Kevin Durant said they have their sights set even higher. Of course we want to make the playoffs, but we want more than that. We want to eventually be a championship team. And guys, with their performance, their confidence can only be growing.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris. Timeout called the Pacers. The Pacers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Here's Collison. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. Harden is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Here's Collison. They lead by 11. Here's George. The rebound by Jeff Green.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Durant against Collison. Goes up. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harden. Durant's got his second bucket. Pacers leading by 9. Clark, the Pacers just could not find a way to win on the road. What were they, 9-32?
9-32, Kevin, the second worst road record in the East. And they really struggled in enemy territory, in part because they never established themselves as a defensive team, and they had some injuries as well.
So it's Indiana now, following the shot by Kevin Durant. George, defended by Durant. George can't get it to go. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. Puts up the tray. Harden can't hit. On offense, here are the Pacers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. James Harden was picked third in the draft last season. Was taken one pick before Rookie of the Year Tyreke Evans. Clark, you think that was the right call in retrospect?
You always have to look at how you're trying to build your team, Kevin. It's a puzzle you're trying to put together, and what are the best pieces for you and how are they going to fit together is even more important. And Oklahoma City felt like Harden, with his ability to shoot the ball outside, would be a better complement to Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant.
Oklahoma City on D after Darren Collison's miss. Indiana again missing. George hits the reach-in call. That is his first foul of the game. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Thunder. Here is Durant. He dumps it off. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
It's one of the stories that many people don't know about Kevin Durant. He wears the number 35 to commemorate his beloved friend, coach, and mentor, Charles Craig, whose life was tragically taken too soon at age 35.
And a change here for the Pacers. And he can't hit the second. Pacers leading by 9. Pass to Collison. Over Westbrook. Kept alive to end the drought. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2. No good on that one. And Clark, with regard to Durant, a lot of times losing a loved one and a life taken too soon can galvanize you and make the most of your own life.
It really can, Kevin. And I mean, I think a lot of times a situation like that can cause you to live.
And finished off by Westbrook.
This is good stuff, man. I mean, you need to save that one, boys.
You won't get tired of watching that replay anytime soon. Here's Hibbert. Drains the open look. He's got 5.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Here's Westbrook. Scooped up.
He tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe was thinking about the highlight reel, but then he missed the shot.
Pass to Granger. Now Green defending. Granger misses. Thunder trailing by 9.
They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry, Kevin.
Takes it up. Cephalosha's shot is good.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
And here comes Collison. No points for him. Now Dunleavy. Inside to Hibbert. Goes up. Poked away. Pacers give up possession. Here's Westbrook.
They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Nick Roberts snatches it inside.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
And that concludes the first half.
Take a look at...
And it's a good one going on out in Oklahoma City. Glad to have you with us for our halftime show presented by HP. The Pacers. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now,
the second half just about to get underway. Here's Collison. Cephalosha is the 2 with Durant at the 3. Green at power forward and Kristich at the center. And Westbrook. That's 0 for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. The shot is off and the Thunder go the other way. Granger against Durant. Releases. Cannot hit. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. To the paint. Beyond the arc. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Collison didn't make much noise until January of last season, but boy, did he make up for it.
Here is Collison. Not on the scoreboard yet. Here's McRoberts. It's blocked.
They come out here in the third, ice cold.
The turnover by Oklahoma City. You look at Collison's numbers, like you were saying, 21-8 in February, 17-9 in March, 19 and almost 8 assists in April.
Boy, those are fantastic numbers. And you get the feeling, Kevin, that if he was getting more consistent minutes the first few months of last season, he could have had a real good look at Rookie of the Year.
That's his third person.
Here's Granger. He's got 9.
Well, this has been a tough start to the second half. Hopefully they'll find a way to pick it up here.
We get a look at the Pacers here. What does this team need to do to get on top?
I think they need another star next to Danny Granger, and they need the continued development of young players. Brandon Rush, Roy Hibbert, and certainly a good play at the point guard position would help also.
Defended by Durant. Just 5 on the clock. It's dumped off. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's George. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
I think he's really starting to lose confidence in his shot. Those misses are getting to him. Way to scrap and fight for the ball. Nice ball.
Pacers leading by 6. Timeout called the Pacers. Dante Jones, he's checked in for the Pacers. Here's Granger. 12 points for him.
Boy, he had a good look. I think everyone here was a bit shocked to see that one not fall through.
Durant against Granger. Baseline jumper. Gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line. That's good from Durant. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Check out the game for Durant. He has 8 points and 2 blocks.
It's Jones on the wing. Back to Collison. Pass to Granger. Jump off pass. Jones with the screen on Durant. Here's Granger. Another miss by Granger.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
And that one's good. Durant.
You know, it went in, but even if it didn't, you could call getting a shot that close a successful offensive trip, a good quality look.
Granger outside. Another miss by Granger.
He hasn't been able to get on track here.
Oklahoma City trailing.
You know, speaking of Danny Granger, he's a big-time video gamer. So if you're playing online, you never know. It could be him you're playing against.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Durant. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
That's good from Durant. Well, you mentioned it with Granger. Clark, I know you play video games. How often you play?
Well, you don't know me that well because I don't get out and play too much, Kevin. I actually listen to my boys play the video games. They're the gamers in our house.
I like that explanation. And a change here for the Pacers. George is checked in. He ties it up. Here's Collison, looking for his first bucket of the game. Last season, this Thunder team more than doubled their win total. They had 23 a couple years ago, 50 last season. So impressive.
Yeah, extremely impressive, Kevin. They're a young team that I think is probably a little bit ahead of schedule, but